The thing is, with these kinds of people, there's pain regardless whatever way you slice it. If you leave them, there's pain. If you stay with them, there's pain. If you allow them in your life, there's pain. If you don't, there's pain. It's far better to actually, when someone is like that, to remove them from your life, because essentially they're bringing nothing but poison. Yes, they may bring some happiness, they may bring some joy, and sometimes it's not as easy as just cutting someone out of your life. But if someone is negative for your life and you have the ability to cut them out, cut them out. My name is Jack and welcome to States Unlocked, the place to learn about social psychology, human behavior, and also learn practical tips on how you can improve your life. If you would like to understand yourself and others better, be sure to hit subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And without further ado, I'm going to get on the topic with this video, which is when to call time on a relationship and kick someone out of your life. This sounds like a very dramatic title, I know, but we do have to do this periodically, some of us more than others, depending on the boundaries we have had in our lives and the patterns that we hold. Saying goodbye to a relationship isn't always fun. Sometimes it's really actually not that big of a deal, but a lot of the time it can be very painful to us because we have invested so much time and energy into this person, and it can really trigger a lot of pain because we are essentially letting go of an illusion, a fantasy that the relationship was going to develop and grow in the way that we wanted it to. I have to say this, that if you have spent a lot of time pouring your love and your energy into a person just to realize that that person was not who you thought they were, I'm incredibly sorry. It is so painful to realize that you may have been seeing a facade, or you may have just projected things onto this person. Now, it is very, very painful, but if someone is treating you in a bad manner, someone is treating you badly, repeatedly, or even if it's not repeatedly, but it's way over your line, it is your responsibility to listen to your own feelings and your own instincts, even if that means you have to do something you don't want to do, which is to get rid of a person out of your life. Now, I know it's not necessarily something we want to do, to kick someone out of our lives and say, bon voyage, get out of my life. But sometimes it is necessary to do because they are not treating us in the way we deserve to be treated. And deep down, we know that. Why do we keep them in our lives? Oftentimes, we keep this person in our lives because we believe that we don't deserve any better. Even if we do believe we deserve better on some level, we believe that we're not going to find it. We're not going to be able to attract it. We're not going to be able to create the relationships in our lives that we want. And we have a lot of unconscious shadow motivations for keeping this person in our lives. Again, one reason could be, but I've invested so much time. They should be giving me something back. Things like this. And actually, this can be really toxic because it doesn't necessarily take super duper long to get to know a person and how they're going to treat you in most cases. I will say some people put on a facade for a long time and then the facade drops and you can see a completely different person. These kinds of people are, in my opinion, pretty dangerous people. They're not genuine people, and what you've been seeing has been a mask designed to manipulate you. If you've gone through this experience or are going through this experience, I'm so sorry because it is so painful. You thought this person was a certain way, and then to discover that in fact they're not that way and actually they're a person you don't even really like very much can be a very hard lesson to learn, particularly if you've tied up a lot of your value in that person, i.e. you have thought, if it's a relationship, okay, we're going to have this future, it's going to develop in this kind of way, this person really loves and cares about me, and you therefore have spent a lot of time loving and caring them. It can feel so hurtful to learn that someone has mistreated you or someone has devalued you or anything like that. I do want to say, however, many people in life, I would say most people in life, go through this experience of complete disappointment in a person where we think someone is a certain way and then we learn that actually they aren't as great as we initially thought they were. And it could be that you thought they were absolutely amazing and then they turned out to be the worst person you'd ever met in your entire life. And this is very distressing for the brain and distressing for our souls to actually learn, oh no, this person is not who I thought they were. How the hell did I create this whole imagery? And the reason is because you wanted to believe it. You wanted to believe that this person was great. Maybe they did have certain great aspects and then you just made up the rest by projecting them onto them because, again, that's what you wanted to believe. Do not blame yourself if you've done this because none of us do this on purpose. None of us do this deliberately. And actually, we want to see the good in people and people encourage us to see the good in them because they don't always show who they actually are, or they pretend to be a person that they're not. So if you've been deceived by a manipulative person like this, I am really sorry, but please take heart that it will get better and you can recover from this. but you need to kick this toxic person out of your life because they are bringing nothing but pain, destruction, and they are not showing that they care for you or they care about you. It is really important to actually get real with this and be honest, and it takes a certain level of bravery and courage because actually you are having to do something you desperately don't want to do. It could be the complete opposite thing of what you want to do, but the thing is, if someone doesn't respect you and if someone is showing you disrespect over and over again, it's so important to actually take notice of your own feelings and emotions, because if you don't, then your self-esteem is just going to decrease and decrease and decrease, and you are not going to be able to maintain any sense of self-worth. If somebody is going to treat you in this way, that's a reflection of them and it is not a reflection of you. You need to actually separate your self-worth away from a person that is going to treat you badly. Now, some of us have got mothers that treat us like this, fathers that treat us like this, brothers, sisters, friends, you know, boyfriends, girlfriends. These can be people that are really close to us in our lives or that feel really close, and it can be incredibly distressing to learn that you are not loved by this person in the way that you should. But again, do not internalize this behavior because the chances are it is not personal. In fact, I would go as far as to say pretty much all of the times it's not personal. It is their behavior. It is their own traumas. It is their own adaptations and their capacity to love or not, as the case may be. And you cannot take responsibility for that. And the reason oftentimes you do take responsibility for that might be because you already have this preconceived notion that you are unlovable, you are unworthy, and so that matches the story that you already are playing inside. You take their behavior as a reflection of you. This is where we screw ourselves over in life, in my opinion, because we start to believe that other people's behavior is a reflection of us and we internalize what is going on the outside, and oftentimes it has nothing to do with us. This could be happening to us, this could be happening to someone else at the hands of this person, and the chances are that if someone has treated you badly, you are not the only one that is getting treated badly. So if you've been in a relationship with an abuser, someone that is narcissistic, or someone that is just plain selfish, someone that's cheated on you, someone that's made you feel terrible, please do not think that the new person is going to be getting a new version of that person, because that is not the case. This person is not going to have changed because these are defects within their character that they can't just change overnight. And even if things seem like they're great at the beginning, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how it is. It's, you know, all smoke and mirrors. This person hasn't changed, but the main focus should not be on this person. It should be on yourself and how you can rediscover your own self-worth enough to kick this person out of your life if you haven't done already. But if you have, then start the healing process and say, no, I am worth more than this. I am going to treat myself with love and respect and dignity, even if other people aren't, even if other people are not showing me my own worth back to me. It doesn't matter, because I know it and I'm going to honor it. That takes a brave man or a brave woman, a brave person to actually say no and stand by their beliefs, even when it means they have to withstand all this pain. Because the thing is, with these kinds of people, there's pain regardless whatever way you slice it. If you leave them, there's pain. If you stay with them, there's pain. If you allow them in your life, there's pain. If you don't, there's pain. And it's far better to actually, when someone is like that, to remove them from your life, because essentially they're bringing nothing but poison. Yes, they may bring some happiness, they may bring some joy, and sometimes it's not as easy as just cutting someone out of your life. But if someone is negative for your life and you have the ability to cut them out, cut them out. I know this can feel really harsh, and if you're an empath or someone that is very sensitive, it can feel very harsh to do this, but it's not harsh. If someone is treating you badly over and over and over again, it is self-protection, and you need to decide that you are worth more than this, and you do not have to tolerate this, and you can have better treatment in your life. And part of attracting those kinds of people that are going to treat you in the right way is through knowing your worth, knowing your boundaries, saying no to bad treatment, saying no to negative people in your life, and actually erecting those walls. This doesn't mean you have to do it super verbally. You don't have to say, hey, I'm cutting you out of my life, I'm not going to be speaking to you, etc. In fact, I would advise against doing that. This is an internal process where you are actually going to say no more to negative treatment. I'm done with this, and you can do it. Everyone gets disappointments in their lives, and so many people have had to do this and they've survived, even if they thought they're not going to. So please take heart that you can do it too. I'm really appreciative of you watching this video. Thanks so much if you got to this point. And if you would like to subscribe, I'd love to have you. Please like the video too and give me a comment, and I will see you on the flip side. Ciao for now.